50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of the Dream Wager, episode 526, presented by Viva Tequila Seltzer. Today is Monday, May 19th, 2025. And, kid, I've been on a tea bender. Been drinking a lot of tea, green tea with some honey. Honestly, I'm a big fan. Are you a tea guy?
Not a tea hater. I'm not gonna say I'm
Okay.
a tea guy, but occasionally I'll have a tea. My girl introduced me to tea. Not bad.
It's good, soothing for the throat.
Yeah. Don't hate it. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I wake up every day and be like, yo, I want some tea. But
No, me either. But
yeah. But if tea is presented,
you'll have a glass.
I have a glass, just a tad.
You more a coffee guy?
Oh, absolutely, more of a coffee guy, but
yeah.
not coffee every day either. More
No.
like on a work week. That's
They
it.
say it's one of the most addicting things in the world.
I think-
Coffee.
I don't think it's coffee. I think it's caffeine.
Caffeine. Is
Yeah,
it
caffeine
more addicted to than
Yeah, because you gotta understand how many people in this world. Like, first of all, what's the saying? America runs on Dunkin'. How many people? Honestly, people I know that have 1, 2, 3, 4 cups of coffee a day. Like, if you have 4 cups of coffee, that's an issue. That's like,
yeah, you got a problem.
you got to process too much now.
Yeah.
If you're smoking a pack of cigarettes a day, if you smoke 1 or 2, okay, I ain't mad at you. It's not great. I ain't mad at you. You smoking a pack a day, it might be too much. So
Yeah.
it
They say too
depends.
much of anything is a problem.
Too much of anything is a problem.
Real quick, and before we start, I got a lot to get into. I got a lot to get into. What was I gonna say? Did you see the Brooklyn Bridge?
Oh yeah, I have a video. You're not in the group chat no more.
No.
You know me, I be en route. I be outside.
Yeah.
I got a video of the because I was on 278, in Brooklyn,
Yeah.
and I saw the flag. I said, "Damn, that's a big ass flag. Oh, that's a nice ass boat." So I got a video of the boat with the flag before the accident happened. So I have a video. I even sent it to you.
Yeah, send it to me because it's the Mexican naval ship or boat, and apparently I was reading comments. It lost power. 2 people died, 20 injured. I mean, the video was insane. Apparently, it lost power, and it just I don't know. They lost power, and they just lost movement of the ship. When I saw that, I was like, "Holy shit!" And I was moving my girlfriend from Brooklyn that day. I was like, "Yo, thank God we ain't stopped at
Thank God you didn't go
Dumbo."
on that Brooklyn Bridge.
Oh my God, it would have been a dub ski for us. But holy shit, crazy weekend. But I'd be lying if I didn't come here today and be ecstatic. I mean, it's been 25 long years. I need a couple minutes, kid.
Do your thing.
Because I don't have a lot in life, especially in sports. Yeah, some of my college teams, you see it behind me. 9-time, count them, 9-time champion Ohio State. Yeah, I've won a few in college basketball. College, I've been champion. Professional.
Tough sailing.
In all sports, hockey, basketball, baseball, don't even get me started with football. So it's just been long sailing. You're a champion. You know what it's like. And everyone, all the haters, congrats on getting to the Eastern Conference Final. Yeah, suck my dick. That's how I'm feeling. Yeah, exactly. I mean, the scenes out in 7th Ave in front of Garden. Oh my God, I wish I was there with my people.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Honestly, sorry for interrupting. But I want to, rain on the parade because I love the enthusiasm. I really do. But as a fan from the outside looking in, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
But was it too much for a second round victory?
I would argue it's too little. Yes, I would argue it's too little
Honestly,
because
it's been
of
a
what
long-
we've been through.
Yeah, it's been a long
Yes.
time coming. Absolutely, I agree with that. But for a second round victory, I think it was a
No.
pre-parade. Honestly, put it like this: if y'all would have reached the finals and did that, I wouldn't be mad at it one bit. Because majority of these people never saw the Knicks make the finals. You know, I understand majority of these people never saw them make the Eastern Conference final. But for a second round victory, to me, just a little bit too much on 7-5. That's all.
Like I said, I think it was too little. I would have gone overboard. And I need more people like the guy who climbed the billboard in chancletas.
Yeah.
That got it.
Yeah.
He was up there in sandals.
So you wanted, like, when Tennessee took the field goal post down and threw it on the river. Then you wanted something put in the Hudson 4 blocks away.
Both the East and the Hudson River.
East is deep from the Garden, though. West.
But we were deep.
Yeah.
We were we were deep. Honestly, bro, I think the amount of heartbreak that the Knicks have suffered for so long and defeating the ex-champs, it was amazing. It was one of the happiest moments I had Friday night of my whole life, and I wish I was there in the building. But I wish I was there with all the people. It was the scenes, the Empire State Building, orange and blue. It was just so beautiful. So we got to start there, kid. It was an amazing night. We take care of them in 6 games. And to be honest, real quick, we could talk about the Boston Celtics real quick. They looked like they came out a little flat. It looked like they came out a little flat. Obviously, they were dealing with a lot, but Jalen Brunson, Cat, they were just everyone. They were in double figures. Mikal Bridges, he had a great game, 22 points. OG was just hitting those threes. Cat was being zesty. I mean, it was just everything, bro. Even Miles McBride. I know I shat on him last episode.
That man hits big shots.
He hit 2 big shots in the first half, kid, and it was just amazing. I was so happy. I almost shed a tear in my room. I almost shed a tear. I know that's saying a lot, but and now people saying you and the Pacers, you guys aren't even rivals. What are you talking about? What are you don't? That's how I know you don't know ball. People online saying you and the Pacers aren't even a real rivalry. What? It goes further beyond than Reggie Miller showing the Spike Lee 8 points in 7 seconds or whatever it was to Spike Lee. We literally played him 12 months ago. What are you talking about?
Literally 12 months
ago. My God.
And Brunson and Tyrese.
WWE.
They had the script. If you want to, you can make the case.
Hit up Triple H.
He had the script possibly. Who knows,
oh my God. It was crazy, bro. I'm so happy for the Knicks. 8 more. We just need to go 8-6 and we are champions. If the Knicks become champions,
8-6 got it.
I'm trying to rationalize this shit in my head.
I know, but it's a fact. I could go 8-3. It could be anything.
No,
8-6. Got it.
If we go 8-6, I could die a happy man. I could die peacefully and just be like, I've seen my team. I'm going to be out there on 7th Ave in the parade. I'm not going to work. They suck my dick too. Like they could eat a dick too. Anything.
Question real quick. Question. Yeah. If the Knicks make the finals, are you missing a car payment to attend a game?
Tickets for game 1 is like $700 already.
For the finals, I'm gonna just say general admission.
It's probably like over $1,000.
I'm gonna say it's after fees, taxes. I'm gonna say around.
I gotta take a mortgage out. I gotta take a loan.
About 11:30. I'm gonna say 11:30 a ticket.
I don't know. I gotta get a loan.
All right,
but I don't know, man. 8-6. I could die a happy man if we win the finals. I'm not taking the Pacers lightly. They are a good, deep team. We'll talk about that series in a little bit, but should be a really good series. I don't know how it's going to end. I think it's going to be a tough, competitive. I think it goes 7, maybe 6 games. I don't know who's going to win. I hope it's the Knicks. But, man, I was so fucking happy. And I'll say this. Jalen Brunson is a top 5 Knick of all time already.
You know how you said it should have been more when it came to the celebration? I think he could be a little higher.
Really?
Yeah. He's done some marvelous things in his young Knick career. What he's been there for 3 years already, 3 playoff runs, 1 Eastern Conference final appearance. They'll got to give the man credit where credit is due. Let's go back to the game real quick, though. Just real quick. Yeah. Tough way for the Boston Celtics to end their season. We understand Jason Tatum went down with the injury. He had a successful surgery. So
real quick, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but you said America runs on Dunkin'. Fuck Dunkin' Donuts too.
I'm with you 100%. This is just a caffeine thing.
Yeah, no, they were a Boston brand, so fuck them.
Yeah, it's fuck Dunkin' Donuts. Not a big fan. But like I was saying, I agree with you. The Boston Celtics went out fat. Justin Holiday, Drew Holiday missed his first few shots. That over 11.5 points was out the window early. The man went 0 for 8 from the field. Derek White, 3 for 11. Give credit. Jaylen Brown showed up 26 and 6. Could have been a little more efficient from the field, but everybody else just came out flat, like you said. Give the Knicks credit. They just after the first quarter on, the game was honestly over. Everybody showed up. The whole starting 5, OG, Bridges, Josh Hart with the quiet triple-double. And like I said, McBride always going to hit big shots off the bench. So give the Knicks credit. First finals appearance in this century. Got to give them credit, though. It just sucks for the Boston Celtics to get it blown out like that in a Game 6 without Jason Tatum, but it is what it is. And it's going to be an exciting series against and the Pacers, to be honest. I can't wait to see it.
I don't even know where to go. I'm like so emotional. Jalen Brunson
Game 7
has 21 wins in the past 3 seasons. You know how significant of an increase that has been from the Knicks Knicks had 8 playoff wins in 20 years prior to Jalen Brunson coming in.
Wow.
21 playoff wins in 3 years. Now, obviously, go Bernard King, Patrick Ewing, maybe even Willis Reed. But outside of that, Jalen Brunson is up there. You can't tell me. I love John Starks. I'm a big Melo fan. Shout out Melo. Allen Houston, Earl Moore, Charles Oakley.
They wasn't accomplishing.
But they not accomplishing what Jalen Brunson's doing. Big body Brunson, too. 2nd round pick. Where'd he go to school? Villanova, where the Pope went.
Can't deny. These are all facts.
These are facts. These are not opinions. These are facts. He's a top 5 Knick. And if he goes on and wins a chip, he's the greatest. He's the greatest Knick of all time. And that's going to be a fact. You can't deny it.
Put it this. For majority of people that's alive in this world, definitely. I know a lot of old timers will probably say,
yeah, they're going to be sick, dude.
Yeah.
Shut up.
But you're going to have to give it to Jalen Brunson, especially in this generation.
Are you happy for me, kid?
I'm happy for you, Dale. I'm not even trying to talk too much. I just wanted to recap the series, give Boston their flowers,
Fuck their flowers.
Nah, I fuck with Joe Mazzulla. They're a good team.
I like Joe Mazzulla. I think he's a yeah. I think he's an interesting guy.
Yeah,
but
great coach.
Yeah,
and give the Knicks credit.
Kristaps Porzingis, you fucking suck.
Yeah.
He's a bum.
I don't know if he's gonna be a Celtic next year.
No, get him. And let's say this: would I be wrong to put out there that maybe Brad Stevens, they might look towards a rebuild? They can't keep everyone.
You can't keep everyone. I agree with that.
Maybe not a rebuild, but they're definitely going to have to structure the team a little different.
I wouldn't say structure the team. You got Jason Tatum, you got Jaylen Brown. You got, the structure there.
They might trade Jaylen Brown.
You got your foundation there. I say just try to get a little younger.
If you were Brad Stevens, would you trade Jaylen Brown, another guy, like maybe Jaylen Brown, 2 other guys in a first-round pick for Giannis?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I think some of those guys are extendable. I think they could be trade assets. I think Jaylen Brown's a really great player. Finals MVP. But I think if a guy like Giannis, we talked about it last pod, if he's on the table, I mean, what is 28? How about this?
Why you get Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant straight up?
Why don't you do this? We talked about a Cleveland team, and I posed a question to you. Would you change the team? And you said, I don't know. I like the team. They won, over 60 games. They had an amazing regular season. Would you trade Evan Mobley for Jaylen Brown? Maybe not straight up, but
I could trade, Hunter with either Mobley or a couple first round picks. For
Evan
Jaylen
Mobley
Brown.
younger than Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, and you also give them that huge contract, so the contracts are also kind of even out. But
And
Jaylen
you get
Brown,
bigger down
but you
low,
got-
which
you
they
got-
need.
you understand Jaylen Brown and also getting younger down low. But Jaylen
Yeah.
Brown got that $300 million deal. I don't know if there's too many teams out there that's willing to eat that huge deal. We saw the Mavericks trade arguably one of our generational talent, Luka Doncic, over not
Yeah.
wanting to give him a super max deal.
Yeah, should be interesting, but I just wanted to pose. I had the thought, and I was like, maybe.
I could see put it like this. I could see
Ah.
Jaylen Brown for Kevin Durant straight up. That makes sense. Straight up.
He's on the back burner of his career. I don't know if they would do that.
Hey,
And Jalen Brunson's still relatively young. How old is he? Let me look.
Jaylen Brown's about 28, 29.
He's 28 years old. He'll be 29 in the beginning of next year, October.
Yeah, because I think he's a year or two older than Tatum. Tatum's only like 26, 27.
And what? Kevin Durant is 36.
I know, but you got KD 2 years.
I don't know.
You're the one that opened it up getting rid of.
Yeah, but
Jaylen
I'm
Brown.
saying younger guys. I'm giving like Mobley. I'm going Giannis, who's still relatively young. You getting an old guy.
Yeah, but for the next 2 seasons.
What if KD gets hurt? He's more prone to get injury than the other two.
About Jason Tatum gets hurt again.
He might not. People say, and they go, he got the surgery like the next day, which is good, which he might be ready for in the middle of next season.
Yeah, he should be back. I'm gonna say March. Realistically, I wouldn't even rush him back. At the end, I think the Celtics, the way they're constructed right now, let's just say the only one is to go is Porzingis, right? And they just add a role player or two. I think they're still a top 5 seed without Jason Tatum.
Yeah, they're going to be a playoff team. Don't rush them back.
Yeah, at least a top 6 seed. I think they're possibly the 7th seed in the play-in, possibly, and that's if
that's if shit goes sideways.
That's if like Paul George and the 76ers show up.
Don't make me laugh.
No, realistically, if they actually turn out to be what we all think they could be, maybe the Celtics fall to 6.
That was good. 16 minutes in, you made me laugh. I like that one. All right, kid. Honestly, for the Western Conference, I think we saw OKC really mature and develop into a really good team in front of our eyes, because last year they would have folded in a game 7 like this. But they were battle tested, and they come out and they win. Honestly, they were down 10 really quick.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out Aaron Gordon. I mean, dealing with what he was dealing with and still leading the team in rebounds with 11 rebounds. And he was hobbling. He tried everything he could, but he really couldn't do much. I'm a Jokic fan. I think he's the best player in the world, and I don't even think it's up for debate. You need a better game from him. I mean, minus 23 from the floor. He only had 29 and 7. You're like, oh no, like that should be a really good stat line, but not for the best player in the world like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think he played relatively well at all, especially in the first half. And then I think OKC ended the first half on an 18-5 run, and it was over. The game wasn't close after that. Shout out Shea. I mean, fantastic game, 35 points. Even Jalen Williams hasn't shot the ball relatively well, but he has come on here and there. He had a pretty good game. Chet, he had a good double-double, 13 and 11, but I think they matured in front of our eyes, and I think they are the clear best team. It should be a very interesting series between them and the T-Wolves.
Yeah, first, like you, I want to give credit to Aaron Gordon. He was ruled to be out for a month. How many times we saw breaking news? Aaron Gordon, grade 2
Yeah.
hamstring injury. Breaking news: Aaron Gordon is gonna be out for the month. Breaking news: Aaron Gordon, doubtful decision for the game 7. Breaking news: game time decision. He's playing. Give credit to Aaron Gordon for going out there and just leaving it all on the court. So give credit to Aaron Gordon for going out there and showing up. Still, I understand Jokic didn't have a Jokic type game. It was a game 7. The refs put their whistle in their pocket and they let the boys play. So I got to give credit to the refs for letting it. I'm gonna say play a little rough out there. To me, if Jokic could have been a little more aggressive, there were only 9 field goal attempts, 5 from 9 from the field, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Yes, if he would have been a little more aggressive, but I'm gonna be honest though, I don't think it would have mattered. Jokic would have given you 35, 14, and 10 would have mattered. I don't think so, Dill. So I think it was a great season overall. I think the fact that he was able to force this great, which they are, even though if let's just say they don't happen to go all the way, still was a great OKC team in my opinion. So the fact that you're able to take a great team to 7 games, dealing with injuries, Jamal Murray with the flu game a couple games ago, now Aaron Gordon, you gotta give him credit. So shout out Denver and OKC, Dill. Jalen Williams bounce back game after a horrific game 6. Shai Alexander with a great closeout game, not for nothing. And overall, defensively, Dale, first quarter and on, after, like you said, after they were down double digits, they really locked in defensively. So give them credit. It's showing why they're one of the best defenses all the NBA. And like you said, they are maturing right in front of our eyes. It's just, are they going to go all the way? That's the next question. So shout out Denver. I think it was a great run. And OKC doing what they should have done it and is taking care of business at home on a game 7.
We will preview both Eastern Conference and Western Conference finals a little bit later on. We'll give you series plays and picks for game 1 for both of them. And by the way, you were saying, why did it start Eastern Conference? Because if game 7 would have been tonight, game 7 would have for the Eastern Conference. So they're just predicting that game 1 would be Wednesday. That's why someone had to break that down for me. I was like, that makes sense.
But at the end of the day, the Knicks had 4 days? Yeah, I played Friday. Yeah, so 3 days off. Timberwolves had about a
Pacers
week.
had what, like a week?
Yeah, Timberwolves as well, about a week. So yeah, Pacers as well. So to me, it should have been Knicks and Pacers. They should have at least flopped it. To me, don't get me wrong. I know OKC is a 7.5-point favorite, but to me, it's honestly unfair for a team that just came off a game 7 to turn around and play a whole new opponent just off 1 day of rest.
But sometimes, the teams that don't get the most rest are the sharper teams.
No, absolutely. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying fairness. Still.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, kid. By the way, WNBA, racism, that's back.
Come on.
It was crazy. I don't know if you saw, but I am all in anytime Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark play.
Must watch.
Must watch. First of all, regular foul.
Yeah, great take foul. Real quick, great foul by Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Great foul.
Because she stinks, Angel Reese. She's going to miss anyway. And to be honest, we got to keep hammering her rebound prop because she gets 4 rebounds on all of her misses. She was 2 for 6 from the not from the free throw line, for the layups. She's 2 for 6. It's not a debate anymore. Like, you're not. I don't want to say you're not good. You made the WNBA. She's okay.
Yeah.
And also on the thing on the foul, she kind of flopped.
Mm-hmm.
Angel Reese kind of flopped. Let's be honest. And for them to call a flagrant foul, that's ridiculous. But both sides, when I said racism, you had the white people saying Angel Reese is racist, and then you had the black people saying Caitlin Clark is racist. I'm all for it. It was just so funny. I just sat back on Twitter and just laughed because it had nothing to do with it, right? They just don't like each other.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a rivalry. We saw them battle out since college, even last year. And not for nothing, I love how, don't get me wrong, on the court, you could tell tensions was high.
They don't like each other.
Yeah, exactly. They don't like each other, and that's fine. I kind of like it. But I think everybody, especially like the people like on Twitter and everything, media, Look what Angela Reese said in the press conference. It was a good foul. It was a take foul. And that's what it was. It was a basketball play. It's not like she smacked her across the chest. She slapped down towards the ball. It's a
Yeah.
basketball play. You're just going to give up an easy layup or you're going to make her earn her too. I'm going to make them earn their too. So to me, at the end of the day, I understand it. If this was just two other players on the court, not Clayton and not Angela, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But the fact that it happened with those two players is above and beyond. So at the end of the day, it was a great basketball play from Clayton Clark, and I think Angela Reese. Yes, it was a flop. She said the right things after the game. Maybe not, at the moment because tensions are high. Like I
What
said,
did Angel Reese say after the game?
she said it was a take foul. Basically said it was a take foul. Didn't she?
So why was she trying to run up on Caitlyn after?
Tensions was high, Dale. Tensions was high. You know what's the
That's
saying?
like playing at Muzz house.
When tensions are high, logic is down. Right?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
So that's what it was. And after the game, when she was cooled off, she looked at the film. That's a great take foul. She probably I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
So.
And let's be honest, the rivalry, yeah, they don't like each other. So I don't want them to go out either, or Angel Reese specifically, because she has a podcast. Don't be like, oh, I don't mind her. I have you don't like her. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Just admit it.
Yeah.
Because
You probably
Caitlyn Clark
don't hate
doesn't like
her.
you.
Yeah, y'all don't need to hate each other, but at the end of the day, y'all could be cool, y'all could be acquaintances, y'all could be teammates on Team USA down the road, but it's not like y'all gonna be hitting each other up like, hey girl. Nah.
Yeah.
That's it. Keep it business. That's it.
And to be honest, it's not close. Like, Caitlyn Clark is just 5 times better, maybe more. I mean, she had a triple-double. She's a top 5. In her second year, she's already top 5 in triple-doubles in the WNBA history.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. The Indiana Fever are the first WNBA franchise to have 1 million followers. They sold the arena out. Are the Pacers?
They're the first.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey,
it's rivalry, kid. I gotta
they're
throw
really
some
the
shots.
first WNBA team with 1 million followers on social
And the
media.
Fever and the Aces don't. And I don't know if you saw Asia Wilson, but she is the best player in the world.
Oh no, there's no doubt about it.
I know. I'm just saying she was bugging.
And not for now, Kelsey Plum had a huge opening game for the Spartans.
She's good.
I
don't know. No, she's good. I like Kelsey Plum. I think more people are high on her. I think she's a good basketball player. I wouldn't say she's Caitlyn Clark or Asia Wilson.
But, does she have a shot to possibly win the MVP this year? Absolutely. But is she considered still coming off of game 1? She's in the race. Off of game 1 alone, she's in the race.
I mean, Asia Wilson had 31 and 16.
What she had, Casey? 30, 35?
Yeah, something like that.
That's there's no denying Jay Wilson is the best player in the W. There's no denying that.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is Kelsey Plum had a huge game 1. That's all.
Yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm all here for the racism. It was hilarious. It was a basketball play, and that's it. Let's keep it pushing. All right.
What else are the liberals from the WNBA going to call it?
Anyway,
it's racism and it's sexism.
Yeah, they just creating narratives. It's insane.
It's funny.
All right, NHL. We're all set for the conference finals as well. One Canadian team left. It is the Edmonton Oilers. They will be playing the Dallas Stars.
Real quick. Yeah. Just about a week and a half ago, you was like, "Oh, Cup is going back to Canada," and I was
nope, not anymore.
It was looking. That's what you was telling me, and I was like, "Dylan, are you really sure about that?" Because them teams in Florida balling.
Hey, I mean, in the second round, we had a Canadian team. We had 3 Canadian out of the 4 series. Winnipeg, out. We had Oilers advance. Maple Leafs, I mean, we'll get to the Maple Leafs. They fucking suck. And then Carolina, they winded up beating the Capitals. So it will be the Capitals. It will be the Hurricanes taking on the Panthers. I want to read you. I had something here real quick. It was a crazy stat that I came up. Maple Leafs, they have scored 1 or 0 goals in 5 straight game 7s. That is tied for the longest streak in the NHL history, along with the Arizona Coyotes from 1990 to 2010. The Arizona Coyotes aren't even a fucking team anymore.
That says a lot. Maple Leafs.
It ain't coming home.
I'm gonna be honest. It is what it is. But it's been a tough sailing for you Maple Leafs fans.
For Canada.
Oh, Canada.
I mean, it's still good for I got Dallas Stars plus 400, so my ticket is live right now still. But we're going up against Connor McDavid, Edmonton Oilers. It's Canadians' last hope. We'll see if they do it, but Canadians not looking good. Toronto Maple Leafs, they stink. They've made the playoffs in 9 straight seasons, but have failed to reach the semifinal in any of those 9 seasons. It's also been 57 years since the Maple Leafs' last appearance in the Stanley Cup Finals, dating back to 1966. That's not me trying to be that's our facts.
Yeah, we're just stating the truth here, people.
And what do they say? Sometimes the truth hurts.
Nah, if you can't handle the truth,
get out the kitchen. You gotta love it. By the way, did you see the PGA Championship? Scotty Scheffler wound up winning the PGA Championship. It was a year back to when they arrested him outside. Remember when they arrested him?
Oh my God! A year to the
date.
A
year to the date, he goes on and wins the PGA Championship.
I would have told him, "Where's the cups?" I would have got locked up again on purpose.
Look it up right now. The Nike ad that they just put out, it's Scotty Scheffler hitting it, and it says "Best golfer in the world?" ? Guilty.
That's crazy.
What a strong ad by Nike. You got to give it up for him. Scotty Scheffler is one of the best golfers in the world. I think it's him, John Rahm. Rory McIlroy just won the Masters, so you got to put him in the conversation. But shout out Scotty Scheffler. 12 months to the day, he goes out and wins the PGA Championship. I think that's kind of poetic justice, if I'm being honest. So kind of happy for him as well. We had also some football news we didn't talk about last time. Shout out my boy Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. 5 years, $265 million. He gets $181 million of it guaranteed. I mean, he goes from his rookie deal, 4 years, 3.74 to his second contract, 265. Ooh, shout out Brock Purdy. I told him. And I honestly,
I told him.
I read a lot of hate. There's a lot of Brock Purdy haters. I know you're not on Twitter like that, but a lot of people don't like the contract. I want to hear your thoughts.
In my opinion, I think it's a great contract for both sides. I think Brock Purdy already accomplished more things in the NFL than all the other guys that have the similar contracts besides Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and Jalen Hurts. He accomplished. He's been to Super Bowl, been to 2 NFC championship games. All these other guys, this is not like bashing them. This is just the truth, people. Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott, Tua.
Even Dak.
Yeah, Dak. $50+ million yet to reach a conference championship game. So I don't know why people out there, especially in the media, are saying that Brock Purdy is being overpaid or this is too much. This guy's getting paid for what's he already done and what he's gonna do moving forward. You don't think he's gonna go back to a NFC Championship game in the near future? I believe so.
I think what people don't like is they don't think he's that talented, and they think it's the system or Kyle Shanahan.
Don't get me wrong.
I think it's part of it.
Absolutely. I can see that. Maybe Brock Purdy considered a top 5 NFL talent? Absolutely not.
No.
Is he considered a top 10 quarterback, majority of people's list? Probably not. But at the end of the day, the kid has won big games. He's won playoff games, and he took a team to a Super Bowl in his freaking second year starting. And
he's a winner.
First year taking over the starting job, beat Tom Brady, and I think his second career start by 30.
Yeah.
And then go on a Super Bowl to an NFC Championship run, breaks his damn collarbone, and then the follows up the next year to a Super Bowl run. It was just a couple plays away from honestly winning the Super Bowl. So I think Brock Purdy doesn't get the credit he deserves. Yes, he doesn't have the biggest arm in the league. He doesn't run a 4.6. It's not exciting, but he's gonna go out there and win you the game. So you got to pay for that. At the end of the day, name me a team in the NFL that doesn't want to reach NFC Championship game. This man's been starting for 3 seasons now, and due to many injuries, not just one, many injuries last year. He didn't make the playoffs. If his team was healthy, then I'm pretty sure they would have been a playoff team.
Yeah, I don't understand the hate on Brock Purdy. Yeah, like you mentioned, his numbers or his physique or his attributes aren't going to jump off the TV, but he's a gamer. He's tough. He's smart. He doesn't turn the ball over, and he's a winner. He wins big games, and that's what you do. Tom Brady wasn't the most athletic, but he's the greatest football player that's ever fucking lived. And that's what he gets paid for. And Tom Brady was underpaid his whole career. So, and I know a lot of people are saying you look at the top list of highest paid quarterbacks. Dak is at top at 60 million. Joe Burrow, he's reached the Super Bowl. He's at 55. Josh Allen's at 55. And now they're saying Josh Allen, you're underpaid. But no, they're saying he's underpaid now.
How? Has he been to a Super Bowl? Has he been to multiple?
But they're not thinking like that. They're thinking, oh, Josh Allen's way more athletic. He's an MVP of the league. Lamar's not even on the list.
Lamar's not even on the list.
And that's a 2-time MVP.
Yet to reach a Super Bowl. So how could you make the case all these guys are underpaid when they even haven't accomplished some of the things Brock Purdy has accomplished? I understand Brock Purdy ain't an MVP and probably never will be.
He probably never will be, but that doesn't matter.
At the end of the day, he's going to take you where you want to be. That's the NFC Championship game, and that's the Super Bowl. He's been starting for 3 years now, and he's been to 2 of them.
Out of those guys on the list, Dak, Joe, Josh, Jordan Love got the big contract, 55. So did Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, he's making $55 million. Tua's at 53.1, and then Jared Goff is at 53. He's making the same as Brock Purdy.
Goff been to a Super Bowl.
Yes, I think Jared Goff is a great quarter. I think Jared Goff at times is a top 5 quarterback. We've talked about that.
Around. I put you on.
Yeah, no, I'm a Jared Goff believer.
Yeah.
I could make the argument Brock Purdy is better than 2 or 3 of these people on the list that I just named. He's better than Tua.
Yeah, you can make better, but is he?
No, he's better, and I think he's better than Trevor Lawrence. When are people going to come out and say Trevor Lawrence has underperformed? He is the number 1 overall pick. When are people going to come out and say, you know what? You're right. He hasn't lived up to the hype.
But you know how you asked me earlier, it's the system. Maybe if Trevor Lawrence was in that system.
He has Dougie P. You love Doug Peter, Super Bowl champ. You know what I mean? He has a great, one of the best rookie receivers. He has a good running game. Defense, it's okay in Jacksonville. But they got pieces. I don't want to hear it. It's all about talent, right? Trevor Lawrence, talent, right? Where is it? I don't see it because there are a lot of games where other quarterbacks outplay Trevor Lawrence, and they're nowhere near a number 1 overall pick. That is an issue I have. But he got paid. So when people say Brock Purdy shouldn't get paid, what are we Are we watching the same game?
Another person who got paid and hasn't, I think, only won 1 playoff game. Justin Herbert. All the talent in the world, and this is nothing against Justin Herbert, but he got the contract. He hasn't been to an NFC, AFC championship game. He hasn't been to a Super Bowl. So what's the issue with Brock Purdy?
You don't like Justin Herbert.
No, I just named people I like. I like that Dak Prescott. But how can people be upset that Brock Purdy's being paid top 5 when he accomplished more than all these other people in the top 5 paid?
I agree.
You can't. To me, you can't. I can make the case he's underpaid.
That's what I was saying. I thought it was a great deal, and he's only making.
He could have got more.
He should have gotten more. He should be making 55 with Jordan Love. Jordan Love got paid and took a massive step back. I think that's fair. Back, but it's fair.
One thing that comes with a massive contract is expectations, and he didn't live up to our expectations after getting the deal. That's what I could say. I'm not gonna say a major step back, but like
Lamar is not even on the list, and Lamar is a top 5 quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You could agree to that. I know playoff has been bad. I get that. Trust me, I was there for the AFC Championship game against.
But he got there.
Come on now. Trevor Lawrence can't even sniff the playoffs now.
Come on.
And
Tua can win a game under 35 degrees.
And he's worth more. Oh man. I'm like so baffled because I could make the argument Lamar should be getting paid $60 million a year over Dak Prescott, but he's not.
That's the thing. We can't go by what they should be making. At the end of the day, Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in all of football.
You're right.
I'm going to say Josh Allen is number 2.
But Patrick Mahomes is probably next contract's going to be $500 million probably.
No, it should. It probably won't be.
Why?
Because it's a thing called the cap, Dylan. It's called you want to build.
I don't believe in the cap. How many years has the Saints been over the cap?
All right, put it like this, though. In my opinion, top 3 quarterbacks in all of football, and this should all be the highest paid.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. I forgot my boy JB. JB's better than Josh, in my opinion.
So you said Patrick Mahomes,
Josh
Allen, and Joe Burrow?
Those guys should be.
And who's 4?
No, I'm just saying those.
No, I'm just asking. Who's 4?
4.
It better be who I think it should be.
It might be Lamar.
I think Lamar should be 3, but okay, you'll put him at 4. That's fine.
It might be Lamar. It might be Lamar. But
all right.
I
agree.
Even if you want to put Lamar there, those guys should be top.
I agree.
And then everybody else should fall underneath.
Brock Purdy right underneath.
Yeah. He should be
honestly.
Jalen Hurts up there. Super Bowl winning.
Super Bowl champ.
Those are top 5. I'm not saying those are top 5 quarterbacks in football, but those guys deserve to be top 5 highest paid because they accomplished the most.
I'm glad you brought up the Eagles because shout out Nick Sirianni. I mean, all good things must come to and get paid because he agreed on a multi-year extension for Nick Sirianni. All the Eagle fans who wanted him gone, and after a little rough patch
5 weeks
Philly,
in.
5 weeks in, calling for the man's job, he winds up going and winning a Super Bowl for him. The terms of the extension were not disclosed, but they're happy. He definitely deserves it. He just won a Super Bowl for the Philadelphia Eagles. I have a quote from the Eagles owner. As an organization, we have strived to create a championship culture of sustained success. Nothing is more important to fostering such an environment than having a tremendous leader. Nick has embodied everything we are looking for in a head coach. We have hired him 4 years ago. His authenticity, style of leadership, football intelligence, passion for the game, and growth mindset have helped to bring out the best of our team. We are excited for what the future holds for the Philadelphia Eagles. He deserves it. I'm interested to see what he gets, but definitely deserves the bag.
Yeah, hot take here, though. You can make the case for the first 4 seasons of their coaching career, Nick Sirianni might have had the best 4-year run.
100%.
He
went to the Super Bowl twice.
Went to the Super Bowl twice. I think he has 2 or 3. I think 2 division titles. You can't deny people. If you hate them, if you're, even some Eagles fans like up to.
I respect it though.
Yes, even some Eagles fans probably don't even like the guy, but the guy is a winner. He could coach his butt off. He honestly turned this franchise around. A couple years ago, Eagles, couple seasons off that first Super Bowl run, you had a couple questions at the quarterback position. People didn't love drafting Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round. Why? And then look what he's become. Look what Nick Sirianni was able to build. So give Nick Sirianni credit. I think he deserves whatever contract. They didn't disclose them.
Yeah, they didn't disclose it.
I wouldn't be shocked if he's a top 3 highest paid coach in the NFL. So shout out Nick Sirianni. Shout out the Eagles front office for taking care of Nick Sirianni.
Joe Douglas, former Jets general manager, he's returning to the Eagles as well and part of the front office. So fuck them. Ownership, they're planning to meet on Tuesday and Wednesday and Wednesday in Minneapolis, Minnesota. to vote on the proposal to ban the tush push play the Eagles obviously have mastered. The proposal kind of was tabled back in the spring, and I don't know if you remember, but they had a meeting. They said, "Hey, we're gonna push it off." The push off has come actually to tomorrow. So NFL owners are expected to vote on the I guess the ban of the tush push. And it was actually the Lions who proposed this. So
I thought it was the Packers.
the Packers are the first team to sign off on it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're ready.
Um,
They're ready.
I think it's so fucking stupid, bro. Hot take. I think they might ban it.
I told you this. Look. I'm not against the tush push, but like I said, you can make the case that the Eagles, especially at the red zone within the 5 yard line, have a significant advantage than any other team in the NFL has. That's just the fact. I'm not for banning the tush push. All I'm saying is I see why teams want to ban the tush push.
Do you think it's banned?
At the end of the day, does the Eagles have an advantage at the 1 to 5 yard line that any other team in the NFL has? Yes, they have an advantage that no other team in the NFL has. If every team in the NFL could execute it, maybe not at the high, because I think the Eagles have like a 90%, 90 something percent successful rate. Let's just say if every other team was around 60%, it wouldn't be banned. But the fact that no other team could successfully duplicate the tush push, that's why it's going to be banned.
Shout out Nick Sirianni for creating it, and they'll just find another reason why he got paid. They're just gonna find another thing, even if
Yeah.
they do ban it.
I
They'll
think
just
you
find
got
another.
Saquon. You got two guys who could squat 600. They'll find something.
I'm fading Saquon this year. He's on the cover of Madden for the next season. Madden curse, is it a real thing?
I'm gonna say not no more.
Oh wow, who
I'm gonna
broke
say
it?
a few people.
Like
Brady Mahomes, double cover.
that was a while ago, though, wasn't it?
It's been a couple years. Name me the last cover that got hurt. Josh Allen. He was a cover boy.
And then he won MVP.
I'm trying to tell you. Name me the last cover that got hurt.
I don't know. I gotta look at it.
I'm
but
telling you, it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
I'm
I don't believe it.
him. I'm fading him. All right, kid. All right. Before we get to our plays, a quick word from our sponsor. We are brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market. Hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV, Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We favor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or Elderberry watching the NBA Finals, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's get to it. Before we get to games 1 in the Western Conference Finals, let's talk about series prices. We'll start in that Western Conference series between the Timberwolves and the Thunder. Thunder are big favorites. I was actually surprised at how big. I thought they should be a favorite, but not this big.
Yeah.
Minus 360, kind of a little disrespectful. T-Wolves plus 289. Total games is 5.5. I love that, but I'll get your take on the Western Conference Finals. What do you got?
First of all, I think the OKC being a minus 375 for just to win the series, a little disrespectful. Minnesota at plus 300. I think on pure value alone, gotta take it. So give me Minnesota plus 300 to win the series. I like them. I told you they're gonna advance to the finals. I think after a 7th-game tough series against the Nuggets, we've seen the Timberwolves. I'm not gonna say cruise to the Western Conference Finals, but they took care of 2 series in 5 games. Give me the Minnesota Timberwolves to win the series at plus 300. Also, for the total games over 5.5. I think the series has a good chance of going 6, maybe 7, but give me over the 5.5 as well.
Yeah, I love. Excuse me. I love the over 5.5 round. Five and a half rounds. Five. I'm thinking of fucking UFC. Over 5.5 games here for the Western Conference. I'll say this though, they definitely had the easier matchup, like easier path to it. Yeah,
Lakers was a good team, cuz
but they
Lakers are
blew them
good.
out.
Yeah, they're really good. Timberwolves are a
OKC
good
was
team.
battle tested.
Yeah, Denver is definitely a hard out. No denying that.
Yeah.
Definitely a hard out. They also set the NBA record in the first round by a point deficit.
And I get like the Thunder, they're 7.5 point favorites here in game one. They got the MVP. Shea's going to win the MVP. But Anthony Edwards is a fucking star. He's probably going to. And watch out for Julius Randle. Put some respect on Julius Randle's name. I mean, he's been a key player for Minnesota. He's averaging 24 points per game in the playoffs, shooting 51% from the field. They have Jalen Williams. I think he's a vital piece. If the Thunder really want to get to the finals, he needs to be good. They split the series season to 2-2. The stats were nearly identical. After doing research on this, Minnesota averaged 118.8 points. OKC averaged 118. So two teams are very identical. Obviously, Thunder have home court advantage. I think they have the star power, which is why they're the favorite. I don't think they should be that big of a favorite. The value is definitely with Minnesota. I like Minnesota plus 2.5 games. You could get that at minus 160, a little chalky. I like that. I think they're healthier because the path, I think, has been easier for them. But OKC, I think they've shown resilience over Denver. I think it should be a competitive series. I like over 5.5 games at minus 140 as well. So those are my two plays. I like Minnesota plus 2.5, and I like the over 5.5 games at minus 140. Let's go. And anything else?
Yeah. I like Timberwolves series spread plus 1.5, plus 132.
Oh, you're low. Yeah.
I told you I like Timberwolves to win the series plus 300. Series spread plus 1.5, plus 132. Ant-Man, Western Conference Finals MVP plus 300. People, I'm telling you right now, worth a little sprinkle. Series plus 300, MVP plus 300.
All right. Let's get to the Eastern Conference Finals between the New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers. Knicks minus 148. I see minus 150s out there. Plus 137 for the Pacers. The total games for this one is at 5.5 as well. I mean, obviously, this has been a story rivalry. Anybody who doesn't know that, you got 10, 15 minutes. There's a thing called fucking Google. Look it up. It's the fourth meeting for this stage, dating back since 2000. Knicks, they won in Game 6 against the Celtics. And Pacers, they're deep. They beat the Cavs in 5. They're healthy. They're coming off a long rest. And I think both teams, they rely heavily on tough, gritty play. Obviously, the Knicks, they lean on more of their starters for their production. I think they only rotate 8 guys. But Pacers, they have a deep rotation. I think it's going to come down to Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton. That's going to headline this matchup. I think tempo is going to be a big thing in this series as well. This is only the second time since 1975 that the Knicks have been favored in the Eastern Conference Final. So that is a long time. New York, they also have the home court advantage. It's the first time having home court advantage in the Eastern Conference Final since 1994. Whew. Matchups. Jalen Brunson, I mean, everything goes through him. He averaged 26 and 33 points in the two games versus Indiana. So 26 and 33 in the 2 games versus Indiana. And Tyrese Halliburton, he's the Pacers' engine. He scored 31 points in that closeout game against Cleveland. I think the Knicks need help, man. Josh Hart, Bodega Cat, Malik Bridges, OG Anunoby, they need those guys to step up. The Pacers have the depth advantage, and I think that could could cause the Knicks some problems, especially if the Knicks play a lot of the heavy minutes as well. So I think that the Garden is going to be rocking. They have the home court advantage, which is definitely significant. I know Trey Young, he's tweeting, oh, OKC's crowd is louder than the Garden. Yeah, you're tweeting that from Cancun, buddy. You'll never fucking reach the Eastern Conference Finals. You're trash. I think we have the home court advantage. The starters and rhythm, it's going to be a factor. However, Indiana's depth and rest, I think that could be the difference maker here. I'm going to take the Knicks straight up in the series minus 150. I think it goes 7 games, could be 6. For value, I'm going to take Knicks in 6 at plus 570. I think that's tremendous value. I think it's going to go 6 or 7, but I'm going to take my Knicks straight up here minus 150. And I also like Josh Hart to lead the series in rebounds.
Wow, Josh Hart over Carl Anthony.
Yeah, you could get that. I just had it. Give me 1 second. Josh Hart to lead the series plus 500.
Like it, Dill. I like that one. That's great value there. Just because Cat could possibly be in foul trouble. We all know this.
Miles Turner, lock.
Pascal too. So he could possibly be in foul trouble. We'll see. Dill. First of all, I want to give you credit for not being too biased. Because some people.
I was pretty fair.
Yeah, you're fair. I'm sure some people just want to say Knicks at 5. So the fact
that's crazy.
Yeah. Got to give you credit for being fair. So
I'm advocating for Mr. Halliburton to be in the building. Again, I'm still for Mr. Halliburton.
Honestly, he should come to the Garden. He's not banned from the Garden.
We are on record for the past 2 weeks. Mr. Halliburton should be at least in Indiana.
Yeah, in the building. I said skybox off, sweet.
Put him on the floor.
Especially not a closeout game. Let's go to the series, Dale. I love this one. I love this one because I have a feeling this one's going to hit. Total games in this series. Eastern Conference Finals is going 7 games. Give me to go 7 games plus 186 still. One caveat, I'll tell you this still. If it goes 7, I think the Knicks win. I'll be honest. I'm going to be real with you, Dill. If it goes 7, the Knicks will go to the NBA Finals. Anything other than that, Pacers got it. I'm letting you know right now, Dill. You said Knicks in 6. I'm gonna advise you to reverse it to Knicks in 7. The series is going 7. Anything other than that, the Pacers got it. So I'm gonna go total games plus 186, 7 games. Player to hit a game-winning shot as time expires. Still. Give me Tyrese Halliburton plus 3,000. I understand you might not love the play, Dill, but hear me out. We saw Tyrese Halliburton hit not just 1, but 2 game-winning 3-point shots and a layup. So we saw 3 game-winning shots from Tyrese Halliburton just in these playoffs alone. I understand you got Mr. Clutch over there, Dill, but we saw Tyrese Halliburton come up big time and time again. Give me Tyrese Halliburton for a game-winning as time-expiring shot at plus 3,000. This one you're going to love, though. I think this one you're going to like. As an NBA fan, I love it. I already put money on it. 1 game to go into overtime. Plus 410, people. Hear me out. Plus 410 for any game to go overtime. I just told you the series is going 7 games, people. The games are going to be close. Like Dylan say, this is an old rivalry. Here. Give me 1 game to go overtime at plus 410, Dill. Last play, strictly value purposes, people. Don't love it. I like it. Dylan's going to hate it. But give me Pascal Siakam to win the MVP at plus 1,300, Dill. Tyrese Halliburton, I'm not doubting he's going to have a couple big games. But who I rely on to possibly be the most consistent player besides Jalen Brunson in this series, it might be Pascal Siakam, Dill. Like I said, if the Pacers find a way to win this series, it's not just going to be all on Tyrese Halliburton. I think Pascal Siakam is going to have something to say about that. He's been there, done that. What you tell me, Dill, former champ now. Give me Pascal to win the Eastern Conference Finals MVP plus 1,300. But there's no denying Jalen Brunson is the favorite.
So I guess I'm a little confused. If you got to go in 7 games, you got the Knicks winning, but then you have Pascal Siakam winning the MVP.
Yeah.
Right? So are you picking the Pacers?
I got Pacers at 6 still.
But you just said you got the series going 7.
I like it going 7. I like it. I think it goes 7. But something tells me Pacers win in 6.
Pacers in 6.
I want to say
no,
in
Pacers
7.
in 6. That's good. I'm glad we're on
record.
record.
Give me Pacers in 7.
Wow.
Give me Pacers in 7.
You just said the Knicks are gonna win if it's in 7.
I said I think y'all will. It's tough to come down on it because it's tough for me to see the Knicks losing a game 7. But I think Indiana is going to the finals.
Do you think the Indiana Pacers are the better team?
I think they're the deeper team. I'm not going to say better.
No, I get that. I even think they're the deeper team.
Yeah,
Do you think they're the better team?
I like play this. It's other things that like play this. Which coaching style like more, Rick Carlisle or Thibodeau? I'm gonna go with Rick Carlisle. Whose 8-man rotation is better? It's the Pacers. But overall, who's better? Can't deny Jalen Brunson is going to be the best player on the court every single night. Karl-Anthony Towns has a good shot being the second best player on the court every single night. And we can't deny OG and Malik Bridges is going to show up. I don't understand they might not show up all 7 games, but I wouldn't be surprised they have multiple 20-point games with a couple steals and a few blocks to make themselves heard. So overall, better the Knicks. But whose rotation I like more is the Indiana Pacers.
All right, we will see. I love it. I want that same energy. Everyone says Celtics. We had Scott come on. I love it. I can't wait. Game 1 Garden Wednesday.
At least I'm saying 7, Dale. It's not like it's 7. Tough to come down on it. If I have to pick a winner, I'm taking the Pacers, though.
All right, let's go to game 1 tomorrow, 8:30 on Tuesday. Minnesota Timberwolves, 7.5-point underdogs, plus 245 on the money line if you like them straight up as a dog. Total 215, low total at OKC. What do we like here?
I think the total's about right. You know, you got a 2 top 5. You can make the case 2 top 3 defenses in the league, though. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes under. So I kind of lean the under 215, 216, whatever you could get, people. Give me the plus 7.5 for Minnesota. I think the number, I think you would even agree with me, Dill. OKC deserves to be the favorite, not just game 1, but in the series as well. But I think they're a little too much of a favorite. You know, 7.5 for game 1 after having a tough 7-game series against the Nuggets. Minnesota went to Western Conference Finals last year. I think they're proven they're ready for the moment. The lights ain't too bright, especially for Ant-Man, Dill. I think 7.5 points is too much. Give me the plus 7.5 for Minnesota on the road, and give me Chet Holmgren under 14.5 points. We saw him offensively. I'm not gonna say he struggled, but I think he only went over this mark once in the series, which was game 6, I believe, possibly twice in the series. But he wasn't really offensively, effective. And he had Jokic guarding him most of the time, or Aaron Gordon. You're going to have Rudy, Naz Reid, and Julius Randle guarding you now. To me, those are a little tougher of a defensive matchup opponents on him. And he was struggling to get over this mark in that series consistently. I think he's going to be even struggling, possibly even a little more from the field with Naz Reid, Julius Randle, and Rudy down there. So give me under 14.5 points on minus 115.
Yeah, the only thing I've come across in this, I'm staying away from the side. I do think 7.5 might be a little too high, but then again, I could see OKC kind of just blowing them out. So I stayed away from that. I like Anthony Edwards, though, over 6.5 rebounds at plus 116. He's cleared this in all 4 games of the regular season versus OKC, and he's cleared this in 7 of the 10 playoff games this postseason as well. Over 6.5 at plus 116. Yeah, I'll take that all day. So yeah, give me Edwards over 6.5 rebounds. Let's go to Wednesday night, the game everyone's been watching or gonna want to watch, 8 p.m. on TNT. Fuck Reggie Miller. New York Knicks taking on the Indiana Pacers. Knicks laying 4. It's come down from 4.5. Total, I see 223s. I see 224s out there. So shop around. Minus 175 for the Knicks, plus 158 for the Pacers. Kid, I am interested to hear what you got to say. You'll probably go with the Pacers, but what do we got?
Give me the Pacers plus
Yeah, what do
four
you
and a
know?
half. Game one. One interesting take that I will give you. I think both road teams win their respective game one. So I think not the Western Conference. I think Pacers possibly win game one in the Garden. I think the Knicks win game three in Indiana. Just to be clear, though, not just rolling with Indiana. Like I said, it's going 7. It's going 7. Give me Indiana plus 4.5. I think it'll be close. I think they're live as well. I might take a sprinkle on the money line plus 158, depending on what they get up to. Wouldn't be surprised if they're plus 5 tomorrow. The Knicks fan, that money come in, the Knicks fan, pockets is deep with the Knicks fan. So wouldn't be surprised it's at plus 5 come tomorrow. I think, like I said, I expect every game in the series to be close. If any game in the series is 5 points, I'm gonna take the 5 points still. So give me the plus 4.5 with the Indiana Pacers, and I also think they're live for game one. Also with a prop deal, kind of like them. Been saying it for a couple days now. I kind of like McBride over 6.5 points at minus 120. Deal. I think he's live to go over this. He comes off the bench and he's gonna put up his shots. I think he makes a couple threes.
Yeah, I'm gonna lay the 4 here with the Knicks. Obviously, I think the crowd's gonna be rocking. I think we're gonna be the fresher team. We just played a few days ago. I think they're gonna be a little rusty coming into hostile environment, and I think we're gonna coming off a great series versus Celtics. I think we're gonna have the momentum on our side. I also like Karl Anthony Towns over 21.5, over 22.5 points, minus 110. Could get him 30 points at plus 500. Little zesty cat. He goes crazy at the rim. I like him. And I was looking Jalen Brunson over 2.5 threes as well. I was looking at, but that's probably how I would play the game. Maybe live bet. I think maybe live betting would be very beneficial here. We'll see how that turns out. But kid, good luck. Let's go next. We'll have a guest on. A good friend of the show, Nick, will be on the show on Thursday, and we'll break down both games, what we saw, and see what he likes moving forward in the conference finals. But kid, let's go to the NHL. We got Eastern Conference Final on Tuesday between the Florida Panthers and the Carolina Hurricane. Real quick. I like Florida. I think they should win the series. If anything, Carolina wins game one because they've had over a week to prepare. But even if they win game one, I think Florida is just so dominant. Defending champs, I think they could win 4 straight. Maybe wait for Carolina to win and then pounce on the Florida Panthers to win the series. Because right now, let me see. They are plus minus 135 in the series. They lose game one, they'll be maybe around even money, maybe even get plus money. So I like that. I would even lay the minus 1.5 here in the series for Florida. I think they're that much better than Carolina. Carolina very not good offensively. They're very fast, but off of that, don't really like them. I do think Carolina is live though at home for game one, so I would be worried about playing Florida game one. Dallas for game one on Wednesday against Edmonton. Dallas is home minus 125 on the money line, plus 105 for the Oilers. Total is at 6.5. I probably would take the Stars here, minus 125 at home. Mikko Rantanen, he's been fantastic. I would probably take him and maybe Connor McDavid to score a goal. I kind of like the under 6.5. I think that's a little too high. I think 2 really good defenses. Whistle kind of gets put away. I like the under 6.5 goals as well. Any NHL plays for you, kid?
No, I definitely like the Panthers to win the series. Probably stay away from game one, like you said, and then probably look at the Panthers. If they lose game one, look at their series win price. Probably get a good number there.
All right, let's go to the Diamond. I think only like 10 games, 10, 11 games, something like that. Our teams play each other, Mets
Mm-hmm.
and the Red Sox. Red Sox are no, Mets are favorite, -125 on the road. Kodai Senga, you got Hunter Dobbins going for the Red Sox. Total is at 9. Total seem a little high, kid.
Total is too high. That's what we're going with. Give me the under 9 at minus. I think I called -120 earlier. Right now, I think it's at -112. So shop around. We always like to fade teams coming off Sunday night baseball, and not for nothing. Both our bats were struggling. The Mets struggled in the Bronx. We struggled this weekend as well. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a low scoring, let's say 3-2, 4-3 game. Give me the under 9. I think the 9 is too much. And if it's windy over here, I know it's Fendi up in Fenway. Give me the under 9.
Yeah, I would agree. I think 9 is a little too high. Like I said, Elvis said it perfectly. We do like to fade teams playing on Sunday Night Baseball, especially when they do have to travel. The Mets being that team, not a far travel from New York to Boston, but still, they probably got in Fenway 2, 3 in the morning, probably even a little later than that. But Kodai Senga has been good. Walks have been an issue for him. Maybe look towards a walk prop, but Red Sox, they haven't been playing the best ball. Mets really not been playing the best ball either. 13-mile-an-hour winds blowing in. I think we see a 4-3, 4-2 type of game. So I would take the under as well. I like the Reds minus, what did I get? -112 here. What are they? -110. So money's actually coming in on Mitch Keller and the Pirates. I don't know why. Nick Lodolo has been good. He's been good on the road. 144 ERA, just 5 runs given up in 31 innings. Pirates are a bad team. They've lost 7 of Mitch Keller's 8 starts. They have a bottom 10 bullpen. So I can't back the Pirates right now. So -110. I'll take the Reds. And then the last game I have, we will take the Brewers here. Brewers taking on the Orioles. They just fired their manager. I will take the Brewers here, -111. Orioles are just a bad team. They cut Kyle Gibson. He's terrible. They fired their manager. This is just a bad team. They got swept by the Nationals. They're 1-9 in their last 10. I mean, the Brewers not playing the best baseball either, but they are at least above 500 at home, 12-9 straight up. And Dean Kramer is just a total fade. At home, I think he's backable, but on the road, he's just not good. The Orioles have lost his last 5 road starts, so I think the struggles continue. I'll take the Brewers here at home at -113. Any other plays for you, kid?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Brew Crew as well, just to echo. -118 on the money line. That's what I was able to catch. Like you said, Orioles just a fade right now. And then my final play of the day will be Cleveland Guardians taking on the Minnesota Twins. Minnesota Twins, one of the best teams in football, as in baseball as of late. Cleveland lost 4 straight games, might go 5. They'll give me Bailey Ober on the mound, -142 with the Twins. Still, you got I think Logan Allen on the mound for Cleveland. Give me Minnesota at home, and I think they keep staying hot, -142 on the money line.
I love it, kid. Thank you so much. Gave out a lot of information. Last word, did you hear? Joe Biden, stage 4 cancer.
Yeah, hopefully,
Awful.
hopefully the former president could recover. Hopefully, I understand at this age it's probably gonna be tough for him to battle prostate cancer, but at the end of the day, still a former president. I salute and hope the best for him and the Biden family.
Yeah, 100%. Never wish that. That's tough, and hopefully makes a speedy recovery. Hey, he supported our troops and this flag, and that's what I do as well. Kid, any last words before we get up out of here? It was a late one last night at the garage.
Late one at the garage. Went to work a little late, not too late. But
you were late. You're never late to work.
Never late. I was 7 minutes late.
Oh my God! Call the National Guard.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Anything else before we get up out of here?
The car is coming close. It's coming
close, kid. Well, good luck. Enjoy the games, and we'll see you guys Thursday.